Hello. I am a little late in my week for Diamond Mine homework, but I am getting to it. And this was me reverse engineering my day per Shalene, the training that I did this morning, and just listening to the webinar that she had, which was awesome. And I'm slightly behind on this, but I think I was supposed to do this at 1 o'clock, but I rearranged some things, and here I am. So I just wanted to go through, there were some questions I know that were asked on our Facebook page as to how the Diamond Mine help us and help me in particular with my Beachbody business. So I will go one by one through the questions just for ease of not forgetting where I'm at. So the first question was, what did I learn over the past 4 weeks? One thing I learned was consistency is key in making sure that, the to-dos and the number one priorities are being done on a regular and consistent basis. I feel I did pretty good at that the first couple of weeks and probably trailed off a little in the last couple of weeks. I won't make excuses as to why, just probably personal reasons, as well as just it kind of, when you got so many no's and not as many yeses as you'd like as an answer, gets a little disappointing sometimes. So I learned that you need to pick yourself back up and remain positive and remain patient, and that the hard work will pay off at some point in the future. How has the training materials, templates, the scripts, and the tools helped me to be more streamlined and systematic in my business? I know a lot of the scripts were helpful. I did learn from reading through those, as well as I got a lot out of more of the webinars and the training, such as those that were done on social media. Thought those were extremely helpful and provided me with a lot of insight and availability, or I should say the ability to take notes on those things to kind of increase what I know about those certain applications and how to best use them and leverage them for my business. The scripts and the Google Docs, all that was extremely helpful to be able to share that amongst others and the entire team so that I could learn from everybody as well. Did the weekly training material help me stay consistent with daily activities and sharpen my skills? Yes, as I mentioned, I think it did. I think a lot around the social media in particular, and how to build my Diamond Mine and how to make contacts were probably the biggest ones that were helpful for me. What new habits have I developed, and will I continue these as I go? The habits that I developed were WowWee, Super Gym, working out, making sure I drink my Shakeology. Personal development was huge for me, making sure that I do some of that each and every day. That was extremely helpful. I did work on that every day. I had to laugh because every time I turned on my phone or my iPad, I made sure that I was listening to personal development. And the other day I went for a walk and I put on music, and it was so refreshing to a certain extent because all I had been doing was listening to personal development and hadn't listened to my Maroon 5 or anything fun on my iPhone as I was taking a walk. So that was kind of refreshing, but also good to know that I was increasing my knowledge of communication and how a bunch of other things that I was learning through the personal development that I was doing. Some of the other things that I will remain consistent with are following up with others, keeping up with my business tracker, as well as making sure that I'm inviting enough people each and every day. Making new contacts is my biggest thing right now, my number one priority. So I'm using Instagram and Facebook to find new people and reach out to others that I have not reached out to in the past, and making sure that I'm continuously increasing my contact list, which I do better over the internet doing that than I do in person. So those are my kind of goals and number one priorities. What did I learn about forming and using the 5-step script? I use the 5-step script a lot. I use Janelle's that's on the Team on Fire website. I find that to be more me, and I've tweaked it here and there, to be as complimentary to the person that I'm reaching out to regarding the challenge as I can. In terms of forming, I'm not the best at it, but I'm still learning, and I will continue to take training on that and be sure that I'm increasing the number of people that I am forming and learning more about. What did I learn from my peers in the group? I think that we all kind of have off days, and there's days and weeks that we might not be able to get to everything that we want to. So just the encouragement that we had from each other was definitely helpful, and the comments that we provided to each other to get through the week and to get through the training itself in the diamond mine. How was my experience different than what I had imagined it would be? I'll be honest, I didn't have many expectations, I think, going into it, so I wasn't quite sure exactly what to expect. I do know that I got a lot out of it, and I remained consistent with it, and it truly helped me to learn what it is that I do need to do in order to grow my business and make it profitable for myself and my family. Is what it takes to be successful different than what I had imagined? How so? And how has my belief system or mindset shifted? It's not different than what I imagined. It is taking a little bit more time, I think, than I had imagined. Or maybe just, for me, it's taking a lot more patience and more time dedicated to it that I need to do at times when I'm not at home and with my family and stuff, because those are my number one priorities, and I want to make sure that I'm staying true to those priorities. And in doing so, I've learned that I need to make sure that I'm scheduling my Beachbody business time at times that aren't interfering with other things that are going on at home or in my personal life. I found that those times are on my way to work in the morning, on my way home from work in the morning, or in the afternoon. Saturday mornings when my husband is at hockey, and as well as times that I'm either in my car or out and about doing errands when I'm not with others in my family, as well as potentially my lunch hour or personal development when I go for a walk or anything like that. So those have been, I've tried to multitask, like walking my dog and calling prospects at the same time, and those sorts of things to the best of my ability. So the diamond mine has been a very large help for me and an eye-opener, I think, as to the time that I do need to dedicate to it. And I think the more, it obviously, I think, takes more time at the beginning of the business than to set everything up and make sure you're making new contacts and finding customers and just helping more and more people each and every day. So those are my takeaways, which were huge for me. So I appreciate everyone's help and assistance in getting me there, and definitely giving me the push that I need to hopefully at some point become emerald and become diamond. So thank you, everyone, and hopefully this is helpful for everyone else too. Thanks. Bye.